An inquest into the death of a man in custody has heard that a prison transport officer didn't think it was necessary to check on the welfare of his inmates. 59-year-old Mark Holcroft died of a suspected heart attack while being moved between two regional prisons in 2009. Inmates say they tried to raise the alarm when Holcroft became ill, but that their cries for help were ignored. Carl Herr reports from Wagga Wagga.
Mark Holcroft was a low-risk prisoner serving a 7-month sentence for drink driving, but he never made it to his release, and his siblings are hoping an inquest will explain why.
We're looking at what happened in that van and whether there can be anything done in the future to prevent the unfortunate incident that occurred in the van.
Prison officers Clive Bateman and Peter Shepherd were transporting 13 prisoners from Bathurst Jail to the Manus Correctional Centre when the inmates started making noises. One prisoner said they were yelling, screaming and banging on the van, trying to get help for Mr Holcroft, who had lurched forward in agony. Mr Bateman says he only heard the racket towards the end of the 4.5-hour journey. Counsel for the family asked, "Why didn't you just pull over and say to the inmates, 'What's up?' He replied, 'It was an insecure location. I didn't think anything was wrong.' The inquest heard Clive Bateman agreed to a toilet stop when one inmate asked as the van was refuelling, but it never happened. He was asked, was it not somewhat inhumane to make inmates hold on? He said, "I didn't even consider it." When the van arrived at Manus, staff there heard the prisoners from up to 30 metres away. Mr Bateman said the handset for the onboard PA system had been missing for months, but he wasn't concerned there was no way of addressing inmates during the trip. Peter Shepherd was monitoring images of the prisoners on the second leg of the journey and denied ever seeing them making gestures at the camera. Both officers said they were never told of any problem with Mr Holcroft's health or any need for medication. The inquest is expected to resume later in Sydney. Carl Herr, ABC News, Wagga Wagga.